Causes of bad behavior in classroom. Causes of bad behavior in classroom by Spencer Hendricks. Bad behavior causes disturbances in the classroom and makes it difficult for students to enjoy the educational process. Dr. Rudolf Dreikurs, an educator and psychiatrist, came up with a theory that claimed all students who misbehave did so for self-serving purposes. This theory listed four possible motives for misbehavior. In addition to these causes, there are other factors to consider that may result in a student who refuses to act appropriately. Seeking attention. Being the center of attention is a common desire for students, some more than others. According to Dreikurs, 90% of all misbehavior is done to get attention. Being the center of attention is a common desire for students, some more than others. Acting out by making fun of others, swearing, taking out of turn, or simply being uncooperative are a few ways students looking for more of the spotlight may misbehave. Desire for power. Signs of a power-seeking student include constant arguing and a refusal to follow basic rules intended for everyone. Some students who misbehave are expressing a desire for more control in the classroom, and acting inappropriately makes them feel powerful. These students are not content to go along with the general plan and make it known they want things their way. Signs of a power-seeking student include constant arguing and a refusal to follow basic rules intended for everyone. Misbehavior causes disturbances in the classroom and makes it difficult for students to enjoy the educational process. Looking for revenge. Some children lash out in the classroom as a response to hurt feelings they experience. By misbehaving, they feel they are getting back at those responsible, whether it involves the students, the teacher, or both. Students who misbehave as a motive for revenge may enjoy acting cruelly or even violently towards others. Revenge seekers are likely to perform bullying acts such as shoving and excessive teasing. Lack of self-confidence. A general fear of failure occurs when a student feels he cannot possibly live up to any expectations. These students misbehave as a way to avoid participating in anything that may lead to failure Although the child may seem completely confident with school-related activities outside of the classroom, he acts incapable of functioning in a learning environment. Poor parenting. Before a child joins school, he/she usually has a well-developed behavior acquired from home and its environment. Most children are lucky enough to be brought up feeling valued and loved by our parents. But sadly, this is not always the case. If a child feels starved of attention and care from its parents, this can lead to some very negative consequences. For example, the child may not have been able to learn the usual rules about which behaviors are socially acceptable and which are not, leading to disruptive behaviors. Such students cause a lot of problems to the teacher and entire class, leading to prolonged arguments and fighting in class. Another possibility is that the child may also begin to seek the attention that they desire in other areas, such as in the classroom. In order to attract attention, they may display disruptive behaviors. Another cause of misbehavior may come from overprotective parents who do not anything in case their children do something wrong. Peer pressure. Bad influences on a student's local community. Another cause of children's misbehavior comes from local community or where the child is brought up from. Children who are brought up in an environment where there is a lot of violence and drug use tend to acquire the same behavior. Most of these students get involved with drug peddlers and who supply the same drugs to other students. Their behavior may be influenced by what they see in their community and environment. Poor teaching. Another cause of bad behavior by students in class may be due to poor teaching methods by the teachers. One of the first things that a teacher has to think if a student is disrupting the class is it me? Even the most disruptive students will sit for hours on computer games or other hobbies that they enjoy. So maybe it's just that the lessons aren't interesting enough. Poverty. Poverty has been cited as a source of disruptive behavior in students. Children coming from poverty-stricken family tend to exhibit disruptive behavior and they rarely concentrate in class. They are mostly challenged since they spend most of their time to think whether they can get the next meal to get them going. Furthermore, children from poor families tend to steal things from other students such as books and food for them to sell. This causes disturbance in the class, making them learning difficulty for other children. Teachers' negative attitude towards student. The attitude of the teachers towards the students matters a lot for effective teaching to take place. Most students notice when the teachers do not show acceptance and understanding towards their needs and challenges. This may cause friction between the teachers and students and class. Most students may rebel against the teacher through making nice and avoiding their class. Students may also not share their challenges with the administration within time, may cause strikes and school unrest. Physiological factors. Students who are misbehaving may have some kind of temporary malady contributing to their attitude. Students who are misbehaving may have some kind of temporary malady contributing to their attitude. For instance, a child who is overly tired, sick, and hungry, or simply the victim of a sudden change in routine may demonstrate troubling classroom behavior. Biological factors. Some traits seen in behavioral disorders can run in families. Children with a family history of behavior problems, learning problems, anxiety, depression, or bipolar disorder may be more likely to have a behavior problem. Social and environmental factors. Children who come from families that regularly experience a lot of stress may be more likely to show signs of a behavioral disorder. Some common family stressors might include financial difficulties, exposure to violence, family breakup, harsh or inconsistent parenting, inconsistent supervision, for example due to a parent's mental health challenges or different styles of caregiving from a number of people. Classroom environment. Poor seating arrangements may result in behavior issues. A classroom not designed for optimal learning may contribute to a student who refuses to behave. Poor seating arrangements, extreme temperatures, or a high noise level are all distracting elements in a classroom that ultimately hinder the learning experience. The atmosphere in classrooms like these will result in behavior issues. Problems with curriculum. Some students may not feel challenged enough to behave properly. Some students may not feel challenged enough to behave properly if the information taught is not appropriate for the learning abilities of an individual. She may mentally withdraw out of boredom or frustration, resulting in behavior problems. Additionally, a particular teacher's instruction style may cause conflicts with a student, disrupting the learning process.